Hello, and welcome to my cozy desk setup tour. Hello friends! Welcome to my updated cozy desk tour. I might have surprised you guys because now my hair is green, but this is a wig. This is not my real hair. Recently, I have been wanting to do a little bit of a change in my setup. I kind of wanted to make my space a lot more green because, you know, I love green. And I am really happy with how my desk turned out. Anyways, enough talking, let me give you guys a tour of my setup. So here is an overview of my setup. As you can see, it is very green. It is a matcha themed desk setup, and I have a lot of matcha motifs sprinkled throughout my setup, which you will see when I show you later. My desk is where I spend majority of my waking hours at. I work here, I relax, I play games, I watch videos, all in this desk. So having a very cozy yet functional desk setup is very important to me. So the first version of my desk setup was actually primarily meant for gaming, but But as time grew on, I kind of grew and like used my desk for different things now. Not only do I work and edit videos or play games, but I also like to do a lot of journaling, doing a lot of like crafty things. So you'll see kind of an interesting blend of all of my hobbies in this one space. And I got all of my decoration inspo from Pinterest and Xiaohongshu. So you'll see a lot of very Pinterest inspired elements in my setup. Anyways, let me give you guys a closer look at my setup. First things first, my chair. I have been using the same chair that I've used ever since I moved to this apartment a year ago, but it's basically this green ergonomic office chair that I got from Amazon. As for my desk may be one of the biggest changes to my setup. I have decided to make the change of making this desktop white instead to make it cleaner. I actually just bought this desktop secondhand for 50 bucks on Facebook Marketplace, so definitely a good financial choice. Moving on, at the left hand side of my desk, I have this tall bamboo shelf from IKEA. This shelf acts as both decoration and storage. As far as decorations, I actually struggled a little bit with how to kind of update the decorations on the shelf because I didn't really have much things to put, so I just didn't really change anything here. I moved my gaming controllers on this shelf since it looks cleaner that way. And then down below is where I put more of my favorite green keyboards. These are both gifted from keyboard brands. And I kind of hide the bottom shelves with my beloved Monstera plant because it's a little bit messy and the bottom shelves are mostly for storage. But yeah, this is very messy. I kind of put my junk or like items where I don't know where to put. I just put here. But yeah, here's where I keep my like cords and tech accessories. And then at the bottom, I just have this other spare keyboard. I was gifted a lot of keyboards, so right now I don't really know where to put it. I am like trying to find friends who are interested in keyboards, so when I do find a friend, I will like give some of my keyboard items away. These two boxes are filled with postcards and memories. I feel like every girl has a box full of memories, so if you guys have one, let me know if it's not just me. Oh yeah, and I just like to give you an update of how my Monstera Deliciosa looks like. It's been very, very healthy despite my room not having a lot of sunlight because my window is north facing, but it's been growing really well and she's doing great. So yeah. Moving on, over here is kind of what I was talking about earlier, but recently I've been doing a lot of journaling and arts and crafts, so I wanted to have a space where I can do that on my desk. So this is kind of more of like a crafty side of my desk. Basically, here is where I keep my journals. I have journals for different reasons, different purposes. And then over here, I keep some stationery items. I try to put like all of my green stationery items here to keep the colors cohesive. In front of my stationery, I have this cute little calendar that I got from Muji. And then I have this bread, which is actually a chopstick holder. But there was an empty space here and I just put this bread to fill the space. And then here is my Divoom Dito Pro. To the bottom of my shelf, I keep some more stationery items. And then here I just keep my phone stand and a wooden coaster because I drink my matcha here all the time. And then above my stationery setup, I have my IKEA pegboard, which I've redecorated. So at the top, I just put this like fake plant. I updated the posters here. I kind of made it more matcha themed. Below, I have a jellycat frog, some more matcha. Here is a string of pearls plant that I've repotted. And then below, I keep the same keyboard. I know I have a lot of keyboards, but yeah, I just don't know where to put them. So there's one on display here. And then I've also added some really cute keychains. At the center is my PC setup. Above my main monitor, I have this monitor light bar from Amazon, and you can actually change it to different lighting. At the bottom is my Nintendo Switch OLED, which I have cutely decorated with flowers. And then I have these Creative Pebble speakers. They're really cheap, but they work really well, so highly recommend them. I've gotten a lot of questions about this monitor stand, and it's actually from Daiso. So this costed me only $3, and it looks really, really nice. Under my monitor stand, I just keep my MacBook and iPad. And then over here is my beautiful matcha keyboard and mouse and wrist rest. I haven't changed my keyboard, I only changed the keycaps, but this is the RKM75 mechanical keyboard with the Osame matcha keycaps. I also changed the switches to have the Invokeys matcha switches, so it's like just a matcha keyboard. To the right hand side of my desk, this is more of a tech-filled space. I have added this beautiful white shelf from Amazon to house more of my tech accessories. First and foremost, this is my beloved cheese plant. She has grown a lot taller and a lot fluffier, and I have also repotted her in this gorgeous green mama pot. And then I have my Razer Barracuda X headphones with my tiny little sprout that does not stand up. At the bottom of my shelf, I actually first have my Fifine microphone, and then I have some more matcha decorations. Next up, we have my beautiful matcha wall. I updated the wall posters entirely, well, almost entirely. Although I really liked how my previous wall collage looked like, it was very organic and natural, and a lot of people liked the way that it looked. But for me, I kind of just wanted a change. I kind of wanted to add more green elements to my setup. So I have a bunch of pictures that I've actually printed out by myself. I got pretty much most of the pictures I printed out on Pinterest. So yeah, it looks a lot more cohesive now with, mostly green. Next up, we have the newest and cutest addition to my cozy desk setup, which is my utility cart. I saw a lot of videos of people decorating their utility carts on Xiaohongshu, and so I wanted to put my own take. And I love it very much because not only is it cute, but it is very, very functional. So let me give you a rundown of each of the shelves. So at the top is where I keep most of my decorative pieces. I have 2 plants here. Here, I've received some questions about this case for my Polaroid camera, but this is actually the case for my Divoom Ditto Pro speaker. In this basket, I keep my ribbons and laces, and then over here I didn't really have a place to put my stickers since they all come in weird sizes. And then I just have some pouches. This is my Digicam that I keep here and I take with me in this pouch whenever I want to travel with it. On the middle shelf, I have some more utilitarian items. I have 2 of my Nintendo Switch cases. One of them is gifted, so that's why I have 2. And then I have some more stationery items. These were stationery items that I've accumulated back in high school when I was like super into bullet journaling. Fun fact, I actually owned a Study Blur and Studygram, if you guys know what that is, but I was basically part of the online study community, and I would post pictures of my bullet journal and my aesthetic notes. Behind my stationery, I have some of my books here, and then at the bottommost shelf is where I keep some really miscellaneous items, and then I pretty much hide them in this aesthetic La Durée bag. And that is it for the tour. If you guys have any questions about my setup, please leave a comment down below. Most of the items featured in my desk will be listed in my storefront, which I will link down in the description box below. If you guys have seen my first ever video about my cozy desk setup tour, I made an announcement that I was going to move, and I think I'm going to come back to a full circle again with that video because I am moving again. So yes, this will be the last time you will see my cozy desk setup in this particular room. I might make another desk tour or desk makeover, so be on the lookout for that. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.